Okay, so tell him, G. Tell him what happened about Jim Cornette this week.
Basically, this fool Jim Cornette was announcing an episode of a NWA show that they put on YouTube.
Hmm.
I forget who exactly he was speaking about, but he was saying this one dude.
Trevor Murdoch and Nick Aldis were wrestling.
uh,
Two white guys.
he was explaining how tough he was and how
Right.
he can take care of himself. He said this fool could uh, travel through, was it Somalia, with
No,
a bucket of
Ethiopia.
chicken on his back on a motor scooter and not have to worry about it.
Because that's how tough he
That's
is.
how tough he is. And
I
motherfuckers
ain't here.
took
You can go to
offense to it.
Ethiopia and do what?
He
Say
could
that
go
With a
again.
bucket of
Cause
he
you
chicken
break.
on his back,
on a motor scooter riding through
riding
Ethiopia. Through Ethiopia.
on a scooter with a bucket of chicken on his back, and not have to trip. That's how tough he is. That's the gist of it. And motherfuckers got super butthurt.
Butt hurt.
They said it was
Super.
racist.
Oh my god.
It was like the thing. But it wasn't. He like I can't. I ain't gonna necessarily say he was being racist. What I can necessarily say he was being classist because basically that's a poor. That's a third world country that's real poor that don't have a lot of food and shit like that. Like
Yeah, basically he was
so I know
saying
what the fuck he was
motherfuckers tough
saying.
enough to be good riding through a super impoverished area with a bucket of food on his back and not have to worry
Ain't
about it.
nothing gonna happen to him.
Yeah,
Shit
Right.
because he's
happening
so
to him.
strong. Yeah, in a famine
Yeah, but
country, yeah.
motherfuckers,
But
they knew what
but
they know what
in
he
this
meant,
day
but
and age,
motherfuckers wanted to
no.
make it
But this
something
in
else because
but this
everybody
day
is
and age
fucking
though.
tender
But what I'm
booty
saying
ass
is he
niggas.
ain't had. But this the thing though. He ain't had to describe it like that though. That's the point. Like
Well,
he
he's
could have
not.
used
He
any
didn't, but that's
poor.
Jim
You know what I'm
Cornette
saying?
though. He's super descriptive like that.
Yeah, see, that's what he
No,
does.
I'm not
That's
saying
That's how he's
no. You can be
always
super
gotten down.
descriptive. That's not my issue with him. My issue is like he didn't have to use Ethiopia. You get what I'm saying? Like he didn't have to use a bucket of chicken. There's certain things that are trigger words. Like he should know that as being an older man and is like they are trigger words,
what was funny.
regardless of how we look at it.
Trigger
Yeah.
words for tender booties, bro.
N-
Like I don't really
No,
Tender
that
it
didn't
can
booty.
bother
like it
me at
can
all.
be like I don't it don't bother me either. That's not my thing. My thing is he's too old not to know that some people are going to get offended by those the choice of words that you use. Whether we get offended or not is
I
not
think
the
he's
point.
so old not to even
That
be in the situation where he's really in a lot of places where motherfuckers is fucking super sensitive like that.
Well, see, here's the thing too. Here's the thing too.
Like
He
he could
said
have
it.
said that on
He
his
said that in
show.
'80s. He said
He
that. He
said it
said that
before, like 30
on
years
USA
ago. The exact
Network. He
same
said
shit.
it on Network TV. He said it on and even
but it's not
TBS.
something recent. This some old shit.
No, no, no. He
No,
said it recently,
he
but
said
he
it
said it
before,
before like
but this
five other
was
times.
last week that he said it
Yeah, that they got all
Oh, this is
butthurt
again.
over.
something that he normally say. Oh, then I really don't care. Then
It's
if
something
it's
that
something
he
that he
said
normally
before.
said, yeah, that's what I'm saying. If it's something that he normally said, then I really don't care. Cause I'm like,
Exactly.
Like,
Well,
I'm
dude.
not
So
finna.
wait.
the problem is not Jim Cornette. The problem is that motherfuckers have become overly sensitive to shit. All he
Yeah.
was trying to say that the motherfucker is tough enough to defend himself.
No, no,
It's
no. See,
surrounded by hungry
this
motherfuckers.
is where sometimes me and G disagree because we know that sometimes white people say racist shit, but they try to hit it with a different undertone. So they be like, well, I wasn't being racist. That you was. Like we know
Well,
you
no,
was.
no. Well, no, no,
That's
no,
No,
why
no.
he was
some
being
people.
racist, dude.
No, I'm
There's
not saying he
no.
was.
I've
I'm not
never
saying he
heard
was
the
being racist.
motherfucking.
But I'm saying that white people do that.
Oh, do
They
they
will
do
say
that
something.
shit? Yeah,
Oh yeah,
Yes. So
yeah.
that's what I'm saying. So
but
some people will look at what he said and think that immediately. Like you have to understand that. That's why I'm like I can't
I mean,
necessarily
I
say that
get
niggas
it,
was
but
really
I'm not
butthurt.
tripping on that shit.
No,
Niggas was but
you,
motherfuckers was butthurt. There was a lot of people that was acting like straight hoes about the shit, to be honest. And I'm
no,
just like,
but also niggas just get tired of hearing shit like that over and over. Like it's niggas just get tired of hearing that
Well,
shit.
here's the thing, though,
Like
Mo.
that.
Here, but Mo, check this out, though. But check this out, though. Okay, now I'm gonna explain to you how it went down. He did it during a
You don't got it.
taping. No, no,
I
no, no,
don't
no, no, no,
care
no, no,
about
no, no,
that.
no,
None
no,
of
no,
that
no.
matters.
that
No,
It
it
expands.
doesn't
doesn't
matter.
even
Killer
matter
Pearl.
really.
No,
It
no, no, no,
doesn't
no.
matter. I'm
No,
telling
the,
you. I don't know why you're telling
he's
me this. It doesn't matter. I don't care. It's the point of what he said. I'm
oh
not
no,
offended by it. I
no,
don't
no,
even give a
no.
fuck that he said it. I'm
Right.
talking to G. So why other people will get offended by this
Oh
shit?
no, no, I
It's just
know.
like everybody's not
I just
butthurt.
wanna, I just wanna
Well,
say, I
the
just wanna tell
the
you something. I just
the
wanna tell you,
correlation of Africans and chicken has never been a thing.
yeah.
That's
Right now.
American blacks with the chicken shit. I've never heard
Yeah.
chicken and Africans be a thing.
Well,
which
see
is
Right.
here,
why I tripped off. They just
he-
happen to be a place where there's dark skinned people that are
well, there's
starving.
well, here's the thing too. Here's how this whole thing. Now, see, this whole situation got blown up. This and this. So they're all attacking this guy about it, and you spoke your mind about that. But think about this. Check this out too. He was sitting next to a guy named Joe Galley. They're both calling commentary. He never said nothing during it. It was in studio being recorded for YouTube. He didn't say anything about it. The guy who owns the company didn't say anything about it, and he
Why
didn't
would
even.
they? If they didn't see nothing wrong with it, why
I no
would
no
they
no
say
no.
It's
But
anything?
classic Jim
but no.
Cornette
But
though.
here's the
Like
thing. But here's the thing.
that's
Here's the thing.
classic Jim Cornette. So
But here's
you're
the thing,
supposed
though.
to you gotta expect that kind of shit when you're dealing with that dude.
But this is what gets it becomes even more fucked up, is that after he said it, nobody had a problem with it. No one said anything, and he records 4 shows, like I think like 2 times a month.
Why would they though? This
No
the
no
thing
no
though.
no
Why
no no
would they
no.
say something if they're not offended?
But but take all this in. Take all this in first before you have say something. Check this out. So
No,
none of
I'm
them
just
said
trying to
nothing.
figure out the point of you telling me this.
It's a story. Listen. So what happened was they recorded it. No one had a problem with it. And the guy that owns the company is the guy that edits the shows. He didn't do it.
Hello?
So when somebody got butthurt about it, he took it off,
Yeah.
and he put out a statement saying sorry that one of our people said something insensitive, one of our talents, instead
Right.
of sticking up for him, because
Right.
even the owner didn't think anything of it. So he basically used Jim Cornette as the villain, and Jim Cornette
No,
basically.
stop.
No, he didn't.
That's
You
No,
reading a
Jim
whole
Cornette-
lot of shit
no,
into
stop.
that.
You
No, Jim
you
Cornette
reading
said
that
it.
shit too wrong. Stop.
No. Jim Cornette said it.
That's not what. This is the business. Understand that
You're
this is the
reading a
business.
whole lot of
If
shit into
something
that.
if you're
An
my employee
shared some
and you
shit
say
that can be
something that
taken
can fuck up my
badly,
bottom line,
he's
bro,
protecting his
you
business.
better apologize. Like that's what you're supposed to do.
No,
Like
I-
you're protecting his business.
No,
It's not about.
no, I know.
But
I
this
know.
the thing. He didn't say it. He didn't say it.
Trying to make
So
that
it's
shit
not like he's
over
trying to make
cerebral.
Jim
It's not.
Cornette a villain.
All right,
It's
Sammy.
not that big
He
of a
didn't
deal.
say it.
Tomorrow.
So he's
All
like,
right.
I'm sorry that you're offended by something that one of my employees said. Like that's all it is. That's what he has to say. He didn't say it. He's not apologizing for what he didn't say. He got to apologize for what Jim said. It's not
No,
treating him like he
no.
a villain.
No. But let me finish. He said that he did it, even though he didn't take any responsibility and say, okay, we didn't think it was that or whatever, blah blah. But listen, so what happened was
What responsibility is he supposed to take? He didn't say it.
No, I know, but he's the one. The owner at the time listened to it. The owner and everybody there. Nobody
He
thought anything
didn't
of
think it was an issue. He put it out.
Yeah, so then
Oh,
he
well.
buried
He
Jim
said it
later.
before.
Exactly, but he buried Jim, but he didn't say like, oh well, sorry that what we did, it won't happen again. So what they did was
We ain't do shit. He the
But-
one that said it.
but it's still all right. Just listen. So what happened was he called Jim Cornette, and Jim Cornette was this whole back and forth thing where he finally got a hold of him. And then when he realized what it was, even Jim Cornette said it. He says, "Okay, well then why didn't you edit it?" He goes, "No offense, but like, why didn't you edit it out if you thought?" Nobody seemed to think that. And then he's like, "Well, you should put out an apology and this and this." And he goes, "Well, if it offended people, of course I apologize for it, but it was not intended that way." He goes, "Back in the '80s, there was all kinds of people making Ethiopia jokes. I mean, Sam Kinison
Hold on,
said,
we can't
hey,
make that like stop though. Don't do that. Don't do back in
No,
the just
no,
because
no,
you
no,
did something
no.
back in the 80s doesn't make it right now. Like that's not gonna do anything.
It don't make it wrong either,
No.
bro.
It
That's the
don't,
thing.
but don't use it like that's what I'm saying. I'm not.
No, I'm
not
just telling you the
saying you
conversation.
wrong, but that
I'm
you
telling
can't
you
use
the
that as an
conversation.
excuse.
I'm
I don't
telling
care
you the
about the
conversation.
conversation. Personally, I don't know
Bro,
why you telling
you
me this shit.
interject small facts
Huh?
That
that
means
don't
nothing.
mean shit to us.
Yeah.
No. So what happened was he
They don't
ended up.
change the overall
He
story.
ended
arc.
up.
He just want to
ended up-
tell a story right now. He's not really.
Yeah, I'm
he
trying to
just
give
wanna
you, like,
tell a story
because
right
since you
now.
didn't
But what
hear
I don't
everything that
care, what
happened.
I'm telling you though, Killer Frost, I don't give a fuck. Is the point of what he said is what we're debating right now, not the rest of that shit. I understand what happened in the business. He didn't see nothing wrong with it till somebody got offended. And he looked at it like, okay, this could be fucking with my business. Jim, you got to do something about this. Well, you ain't see nothing wrong with. You're right. I didn't see nothing wrong with it. They did. That's the
Yeah.
issue. It's
Yeah.
not nigga trying to
Right.
throw Jim under the bus. That's just what it is.
I know. But they should. I mean, I know it's a still thing. They should have still said. They should have said we should have been
Ain't
more
no we in
cautious
it.
of it.
There's
I don't
no
know.
we in it
Um,
though.
It's his show. He hired them. I mean, you do know the guy. I mean, it's kind of like. It's like you hire Paul Heyman for your shows. You know there's going to be Bobby Lashley and Lana having fake sex, and you're going to have ECW style stuff. I mean, they should know their product. But my point is that
All right, but they grown and they should know that that these butthurt softies out here is gonna come after them. They say some
Yeah.
shit that they don't like.
yeah.
So just like yo should know, Jim Cornette and them should know. Like it goes
Exactly.
both
Dude,
ways. It's a
Real
two-way
shit though,
street.
he could have just as easily said,
Yeah.
"I don't give a fuck." If you're really a tender booty and hurt like that, then don't watch my show and been fine.
Right.
Yeah. Well, that's what
But
I'm
you
saying.
don't want to do that because you want to get paid. Like
Yeah, you
that
don't want to
shit,
throw
this
off.
show,
But see,
I
but what
mean,
I'm saying
because
is,
you want
YouTube
to
show.
generate money.
not saying. Well, they're trying to make it big. They're trying to make it like it was old school. That's why they hired him in the first place, because he was there when it was old. He has that old school feel, that old school sound, and all this and that and everything. And that's the reason why.
Problem with his old ass.
No, so
His
then
old
what
ass
happened
better
was
watch his
what
mouth.
happened was he had something that had nothing to do with NWA, and it was like on his podcast, and somebody took something the wrong way, just like we're talking about now. This is just how messed up this is, how everything is. And then he said, you know what? He goes to the guy. He
But
says,
you
know
know
what?
how easy it is to take that the wrong way, what he said, though, right? Like,
Oh,
it's
no,
real
yeah.
easy to take
No,
that
yeah.
shit the wrong way.
Yeah,
It ain't
I
like other
understand
shit.
why people got offended. I personally don't give a fuck.
Yeah, I
I
personally don't give a
giggled at
fuck
it.
either.
I laughed at it when I heard it. I thought it was funny.
Yeah, somebody posted
I
a
understood
video of him
exactly
doing
what
it
he
in
was trying to
WWE.
say. But I
Yeah.
don't. It's been made obvious to me by many people over the course of time, the last couple of years, that I'm an asshole and I think shit that's not funny is funny.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've been
But
like that. But that shit don't mean nothing. I'm
But
not.
he ended up
I don't care
he
about that
told
shit.
he told the guy, he said, you know what? He goes, you know what? He goes, I quit. He goes, you know what? Because the guy was trying, he said, even the conversation, the guy was trying to trap him or something, or trying to make it, and he's like, I understand it. If you just, he goes, I'll definitely take my, what do you call it? I'll definitely take my,
He said he'd
Take
take
his
his
come up.
lumps.
Jim Cornette is not a
Yeah.
buster. He'll take what everybody got to say. He's been involved with worse shit where he received criticism, in my opinion. But like, I just don't think it's that big of a deal to where these motherfuckers should be all online boo-hooing about the shit. It's just
yeah.
stupid.
So now, and then he even said it too. He said, he's like, don't stop watching it because I left. He goes, it's a good product, this and that. You enjoy it, He goes, I'm not telling people no hatred towards it because I love NWA. He goes, it's old school. They're trying to bring it back, and and I just think
I
it's
believe
messed
he's
up that a
already
guy.
back though.
Nah, he Friday he did his podcast and he was basically talking, saying, he goes, he quit. He goes, because I'm not gonna apologize for every little thing that I say that somebody takes the wrong way. He goes, I can't live that way. It's too stressful. He goes, and it's no longer becoming fun. If I got to keep apologizing this and this because someone takes something the wrong way, he goes, then
doesn't
he
have
goes,
to keep apologizing.
But that's
He
the
goes,
thing, though.
all he
Let's
gotta
not
do
like
is
this. The
stand on
thing.
his
Let's not
fucking-
act like what he said couldn't be taken the wrong way.
No,
It
it
ain't like he
could.
said something
It could.
simple. That's
Dude,
the
most
point of
things
it.
can be
That's what I'm
taken the
saying.
wrong way.
No,
if a
but some,
motherfucker
no.
so
Some
wants to.
things some things is just like, bitch, you just, like you said, wanted to take it the wrong way. What I'm saying is what Jim Cornette said. It's easy for anybody to hear
Oh,
that
yeah.
and
Well,
take it the wrong way, whether
you know
they
what?
want to or not. Like that's something easy to get
Yeah, but
offended
didn't-
by.
but
That's
didn't
why
you
I'm
say-
not
It
tripping.
is easy to take offense to it, but
you
the
shouldn't.
thing is that you're grown,
Yeah,
and
and it was two
motherfuckers know that
white
people are
guys.
hypersensitive to
And see,
bullshit.
if it was a black
And
guy
that's another
wrestling,
thing. When it's
I
two
would say
white
yeah.
guys, that's another thing that makes
No,
it look bad. It's
that's
two
what made
white
it.
guys.
That's what made it easy, because
Yeah,
it
that's
was
what really made it
two
easy.
white dudes talking about
And a
something
country
in an
white
African
dude
country.
at that. Jim
In an
Cornette is a
African
down
country.
south country nigga.
No, I'm talking
So
about
that
he
really
was talking.
makes it.
No, he was talking about how tough the white guy was. The two
No,
white
we
guys that
know
wrestled.
what he was talking.
No,
we know what he was talking about. That's
It's
not what we
just
saying.
who he was talking about.
We
Who he was
right,
talking about when he made the statement. Like,
Yeah.
right.
it's real easy to cry racism when it's two white dudes referencing some people from another culture. It's
Yeah.
easy
But
to
see-
cry racism in that scenario.
And like you said, I love that term, tender booties. I gotta start hashtagging that.
Tender booties.
Tender booty. It's like, I mean, honestly, it's like if you don't like what he says, it's like go on Twitter and say, yo, man, I found that pretty bad. Go to his thing, because that's where they started on, like, literally Twitter broke. And he was like, I missed it. Every time I break Twitter, I missed it. And Twitter broke
He ain't
because of
break
what
no
happened.
motherfucking Twitter.
No,
Twitter
it
ain't
crashed. It crashed because everybody was like flooding Twitter. Couldn't handle all the.
break. Twitter
No, it
never
did,
really
it did.
crashes, bro.
It crashes when you can't get on. Like, that's what they call crashing. Like when you can't get on for a while because there's too much of something getting popped
It's
on.
too much
Yeah, too much
shit
traffic.
going on. But anyways, that shit.
But it's like
This whole Jim Cornette shit is fucking
It's stupid.
weird to
It's,
me, dude. Because if
Yeah.
you're an old school wrestling fan, that's the only reason you're watching NWA, because you're an old school fucking wrestling fan.
But see, this is the
And
problem.
you got
think
an old
school
school
wrestling fan
announcer
is the one that
saying
got
some
offended.
old school
I don't
shit.
think it was
No,
that.
I know
think
it's
it's
not.
somebody just walked past
Somebody
or somebody
else just
just
happened
seen
to
the
hear
shit. Yeah, just happened to hear it.
Well, that's the
That's how
thing
that
too.
shit go.
That's the thing too. Think about it. Bobby the Brain Heenan. You remember what he was like? Can you imagine him in this day and age making fun of people?
Bobby
Man,
Heenan would be up on his shit though. Bobby
Yeah, he
Heenan
would
wouldn't make
realize,
mistakes like that.
think
right?
so?
Yeah,
I'm
Uh,
like regardless,
absolutely
like
positive. Bobby Heenan was up on his
I'm
shit.
not true. I'm truly not offended by what Jim Cornette said, but I can see how someone will be like, hold up, yo, that shit ain't right. Like,
but
change that.
yeah, but it's
Like,
gotta
that's the
come.
point of it.
But it's coming to a point too. Like when we talked the other day about Dave Chappelle, it's like sometimes people gotta like start lightening up and not taking
No, that's
everything they
something
hear.
different. What Dave Chappelle did was something completely
He was
different.
telling a
He
joke
made
that was
fun of
making a
himself.
specific point.
Yeah, he
Yeah.
was making a specific point about himself and how shit looks crazy to him. Like
Yeah.
we already understood where he was going. It's just that people already didn't like Dave Chappelle for what he did from the
talk
other
shit
stand.
from the
Like
start.
people already didn't like Dave Chappelle from the other stand-up special that he put out because he was already getting in on transgenders and gays and all. He was already
Right,
getting
and
in
they
on
tried
it.
to
So
get
they didn't
mad
like
at the
him
nigga,
anyway.
he went
So
back
they,
at their
as
ass.
soon as he said something that they could take offensive, they was gonna go straight at him. They was already the plan.
But just
It
like
didn't
Jim
matter
Cornette,
what he
Like,
said about them.
but just like Jim
no.
It didn't matter
Cornette,
what he said about them.
No,
Dave
it
Say
Chappelle.
no.
anything
Well,
about them, they
nobody
was
waiting
getting
for
better.
Jim Cornette to say something crazy.
No,
They
no,
was
no,
waiting
no.
for Dave Chappelle to
That's what
say
I'm
something
saying.
crazy.
But that's what I'm
They
saying.
wasn't
So
waiting for Jim Cornette to say something crazy.
So that's
That's
what
what
I'm
I'm
saying.
saying.
Yes, what I'm saying too is that you know Jim Cornette, you know how he is, you know how Dave Chappelle is,
No,
Eddie
no,
Murphy,
no, no, no,
certain
no, no, no,
people.
no. You're
No,
No, I'm
not
just
what
getting it.
saying.
he's
You're not getting
saying
it.
is that
You're not
it
getting
wouldn't
it.
be
You're
a
not getting it.
shock to hear Dave Chappelle say some crazy shit.
That's what I'm saying. And if they get offended, why would they listen? That's the point. If you know he did
Nah,
it last time, why would they watch
but
the
No,
next
but
no,
one?
they
they was
watched it so
waiting
they
for
could
it.
get
They was
offended.
waiting for it. That's what I'm telling you. They were
So they're
waiting for
They
instigating.
him to
watched
say
Dave
something crazy.
Chappelle so
Yes,
they could
they
get
was
So they
offended.
waiting
okay.
for it. Because that
Social
was
media.
the
Okay.
if you didn't watch the stand up, that's what he said in the first 10 minutes. Remember, you clicked on my face.
Yeah, yeah.
He said that
Everybody's
as soon
laughing.
as in the beginning of the fucking thing. He said, if
Yeah.
you get offended by anything I say, remember you clicked on my face. Like they
Yeah.
went there purposely to get
It's your
offended so
fault.
they can talk
You
shit
came
about
here
him.
to get offended.
Just
Yeah,
so
that
they
shit
can
is
talk shit about him.
that's
The
sucker
Jim
shit.
Cornette
That's
shit
like
is
starting a
different.
fight. That's like starting some shit, getting slapped in the face, and then they're going to tell the police and shit.
Well, somebody tweeted on the thing. They said, "Well, would it have Jim Cornette's comment been less offensive if he would have said cheeseburgers instead of fried chicken?"
Most likely, yeah. It doesn't like
But fried
I
chicken.
truly
Who
believe
doesn't eat
yes,
fried chicken?
yes.
Come on.
No, but you have to understand that they
It would have
use
been
that
less
fried chicken
offensive because
they used that narrative before.
they
Like
used
that's
the
a
fried
racist
chicken because it
stereotype for
was
black
niggas.
people in America. Like that's something they've used
Yeah.
that before. So that's why it's
But
easy to
he's
gravitate
also a
to.
southerner, and they fuck with
Right.
fried chicken too.
And
That's
that's the
why
thing too.
that's why
But
I'm like
that's
I'm not offended and I understand
That
what he's
shit don't
saying.
bother me.
But because of the shit that black people have been through the ages, it's real easy for another black person to hear that and get offended. Like
now.
it's real easy.
The thing that's really messed up too is that like these people are going after him. They should go after NWA and the guy who owns it because it's like, dude, you should have edited this. This shit was
Why?
No,
recorded.
they
Why should
did.
they-
No, that's the thing. That's what you don't
He
understand.
They allowed
They
it to
probably
air.
went after them first. That's the thing. He probably went after them first, and that's what made him come to Jim Cornette like, yo, you gotta apologize because these niggas is on my neck. Because that's how it go. Like when Charles Barkley said what he said, they got at TNT first to make Charles apologize.
Right, because they've discovered that it's the easiest way to get what they
Yeah,
want
go at your
Is
boss,
is
and
to
your
go
boss
to
will
the
go at you.
motherfucking boss.
Well, that's what I'm saying because
Yeah.
like with WWE, when you watch it, they'll cut stuff out. If something weird happens, you won't see it on Hulu. They'll cut it out. They'll do their due diligence, and that's what NWA should have done. So they should they should blame NWA as well, though. I mean, I'm just saying because they should have seen it because he has to listen to it and edit it. He should have known
Bro,
better.
if Jim Cornette could have been announcing for any company
Yeah.
and said that exact same shit.
No, I know, but the company. I'm saying people should realize. Look, why they hate Jim Cornette. You know why they hate Jim Cornette? And they really went off on his ass. Is because of the whole AEW thing. Every time he does a review from AEW and
Oh
NXT,
no, that's not true, yo.
he
There's
gets-
some
he gets
people
a
that
lot of
don't
that
even
shit.
watch wrestling. They got offended by that. Killer
No,
Frost, you got to understand that.
I know,
There's
but
some
people-
people that know nothing about wrestling and just saw a clip of that shit or just heard a clip of that shit and got offended. It probably wasn't even a wrestling fan that got offended. It was probably somebody that don't even watch wrestling at all. That's the thing.
No,
More
that
than likely.
that's
it
why
was-
G calling them tender booties, because a lot of times
Well,
it be
tender
motherfuckers that
booty
have
ass
nothing
niggas.
to do with this specific profession, but yet just seen a simple 5-minute clip and now they're offended. Like that shit happens all
Oh,
the
this
time.
guy's the worst. Oh, tender booty ass. Shut the fuck up.
But that's
Nah,
how
dude.
it is, though.
But no, dude, he gets
That
death threats.
is how
he
it
gets
is.
death threats.
No,
He
I'm
reads
not
them on
saying
board.
that he don't. But what
No,
I'm
I'm
saying
sure
is,
he does, but
it
like,
I love you too. But
Jim
we
Cornette
saying that it
talks
probably
that
wasn't
shit.
even a wrestling fan that got offended.
Yeah. Well, I still say like, I'm just saying the companies should take some
The
responsibility.
company should apologize as
Take
well.
responsibility.
Yeah, should have
They
edited
did.
it out.
They
Should have
said
known
we
better.
apologize
It's like
for what he said.
If a McDonald's, if somebody work at McDonald's do something to you, y'all get to like they hurt you some kind of way, they don't sue the dude, they sue McDonald's because that's where the money is. I understand that, but and McDonald's just fires the person because they cost the money. But
Yeah.
so he
Have you
should
no
say
business
something.
take the responsibility for the actions of another person? What
no,
they
no,
say is we apologize that he did this and didn't give it
We
to them.
apologize.
No one does that.
They should have said something like, "We apologize for not doing that." Only, but see, these tender booties also should have also think about it. This is how bad these people are. This is how bad these people are. It's that not only are they so tender about everything that's going on, but it's like you do know that this is a taped show. They could have edited it, so it's not 100% his fault.
And
but they're
the
not
dude that's
attacking
the
it.
No, it
owner
is 100.
is
See,
the one who edited
that's
shit,
no.
though,
We're
right?
not finna do that. That's sucker shit. What you mean? It's 100% his fault because he said it.
Oh no,
like
no,
you
no,
can't
no.
blame nobody else. He
Dude,
said it. Like no
I'm
one,
not-
no one made him say it.
No.
No one coerced him to say
Dude.
it. Like because I didn't edit it
I
out.
mean-
It's not my fault. I didn't edit it out.
No,
it's
no,
your
no.
fault
I mean,
that
if
you
you're
said
the
it.
owner of the company and you don't edit it out,
You do have some
you're kind
responsibility.
of saying that you support the shit.
No, I'm not. I'm saying that when like
Not
I'm just saying
you
that if they're
support the
gonna
shit,
attack
you probably
people,
didn't see it or real. Like you doesn't mean you support it. You just didn't think nothing of it. Oh, that wasn't nothing, sirs. Just let
I
it
know.
go past.
Right.
I know,
Doesn't
but
mean you
See, nothing
supported
of
it.
wasn't.
No, I'm making a point of how
That's
bad
what I'm
these
saying.
people.
Doesn't mean you
I'm making a
supported
point.
it.
No. I'm making a point of how bad these people are who that are bitching and complaining. They're not even seeing that. Yo, if they would have done their job too, you should be blaming them as well, not just one guy. It's like you should be
No,
blaming
see-
the company
see-
too.
Nah, dude,
See,
motherfuckers
this
gonna
the-
key
this
in
the
on who
thing
they
out.
want to key in on.
WWE
See, the
would
thing
never
is
put
this.
that
They
out.
It's
key
not
in on
even fuck
NWA.
that. What
They
people are
wanna
trying to
key in
get
on
to,
the
what they're
company
saying
itself,
is
'cause if
he
they
shouldn't
did,
have
they would
said it
have.
at all. Forget
Oh, no,
folks
yeah,
They want
yeah.
to get at
putting
Jim
it out.
Cornette, so
He
they get
shouldn't
at
have
Jim
said it at
Cornette.
all. That's the
Jim
thing. He
Cornette
shouldn't have said it
is
at
an
all.
easier target
That's
than
what
the
they're
whole
saying.
company of the NWA.
Forget,
No,
well,
I know,
y'all
I
shouldn't
know.
even put it out. That's pointless. It's already out. There ain't no point of you getting mad about
Uh.
them putting it out when it's already out. Like that's just redundant. Like
No.
I hate that
Bro.
shit. Like females do that shit a lot. Like yo, I can't believe you put it out. Like I don't understand that, but it's out
Yeah,
now.
it's
So all
already
that you
done
can't
now,
believe
so.
that shit out. Like it's already done now. So you get mad because something already like it's pointless.
Yeah.
My
What
bad.